Yeah, dear Prime viewers, good afternoon to you. This summit is happening here, dealing with the technology in various sectors, and participants have come from global industry and as well as from other offices of international cooperations. And friends, I have very special guest today in the studio. His name is Vikram Singh. He is strategic head of investment with British High Commission in New Delhi. Vikram, welcome in our studio, in Prime TV studio. Let me begin with a small question. British High Commission plays a big role in promoting bilateral trade between India and UK. And even though Brexit had happened, the UK has been very friendly with India, and we have a lot of area of collaboration. So, in the essence of current summit today, let's keep the spirit of our conversation around the summit today. So India has done very well in startup space. We have around over 1 lakh startups in countries. So many unicorns have come, and UK has created very favorable scheme for startups. So you can go there, invest in UK, do something meaningful. Would you like to highlight some of the salient points of that, so that the community present here, they want to invest in UK, they want to go there, they'll benefit out of it. Then we'll proceed with other questions.
Thank you, Girish, for having me here. I am also very delighted to be here. I think this is the first edition, and we saw the Chief Minister here this morning and the vibrant business community here. I think to answer your questions, firstly on the India-UK bilateral trade. So at the moment, I think the straight answer is the India-UK relationships are very good at the moment, and I hope it stays that way. We see, you saw the Prime Minister, British Prime Minister was in India as part of the G20, and you saw the very warm and welcoming, welcome from the Prime Minister of India, our Prime Minister Modi. So, and I think the body language was so sort of friendly that the messaging, I think, to the world is that UK and India are great allies, and it's only going to get better for each passing day. I think if you look at the bilateral trade, at the moment it stands at 38 billion. It has been growing for the last few years. There are about 1,000 Indian companies in the UK, and there are about 615 British companies in India. Across both the economies, they have created more than 700,000 jobs, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, India has been the second largest investor in the UK for the last 4 years, and UK contributes almost 18% of export revenues on the IT and IT services side after the US. As per the data that NASSCOM released, so 18% is significant. And UK is actually the second largest market for Indian IT and IT products and services, after the US. So, of course, there is a significant bilateral trade. And of course, you're aware that there is currently a free trade agreement under discussion and negotiation. 14 rounds have already happened. And I think both India and UK have worked tirelessly and very hard to make this, come to life. I'm fairly optimistic. I think our stand has been very clear that we'd like to have an agreement in place which is fair and equitable and is as in the best interest of both the countries, right? So that's where it is. In terms of the tech ecosystem, I think it is also fair to say that a lot of the India-UK bilateral trade hinges a lot on the technology sector. If you look at, I'll just give you some of the salient features of the ecosystem within the UK that it has to offer to not only companies coming from India but from all over the world. The UK tech sector currently is valued at 1 trillion, which is significant. Of that, it has created 160 unicorns, which is more than unicorns put together in Germany, France, and other countries. This is just a very strong testament of the strong ecosystem that UK has created for startups and scale-ups. If you look at the number of incubators and accelerators, it's about 581 that are present in the UK. Yes, 500. So, yeah, and for Indian entrepreneurs looking to set up their business in the UK, this is perhaps the best time and the best opportunity, because the kind of business environment that UK provides, just come, get your company registered, work with us. So I am part of a department called Department for Business and Trade, at the British High Commission. We have broadly three remits. One, of course, is trade, that deals with getting British investments into India. The other one is investment, that the team that I'm part of, which is basically helping Indian companies into UK. And the third one is trade policy, which actually talks about market access and deals with things like free trade agreement, all of that stuff. So these are broadly remits. So my job here in Goa is to ensure that we've been coming to Goa for the last 3-4 years, promoting a lot of we're trying to support and handhold entrepreneurs from Goa in the technology sector primarily to go and set up their businesses in UK. And some of them actually are now. We are actually in discussions with a few of them already who have. Some of them already set up, and some of them are in the process of setting up. So our job is to make sure that if they work with us, and we being a UK government department, the advantage is that one, we are not commercially driven. Two, we are a UK government department, so you are in absolutely safe hands. And three, we will provide you the right kind of support and guidance that you need to be in the UK. Thank you.
See, very well presented facts, Vikram. And specific to Goa, I would like to say, Goa, if you look at the strength of Goa has been in hospitality, tourism, fisheries, and a lot of other hospitality sectors. The health tourism is increasing here, hinterland tourism is increasing here. So I want to tell you that Goans are very spirited to collaborate with UK or any part of the Europe. The reason being, they resonate very well, and Goa has got a lot of very good food, climate. A lot of European, UK people come here. So among given sectors, where do you think synergies can happen? Let's say 4 or 5 sectors that I mentioned. If Goa has to collaborate with UK, so what are all the sectors which you think, if they come to you in embassy, you will have some acceptance for them?
Of course. So, Girish, thank you again. This is a very interesting question. So, I think there is a lot of synergy between the sectors that Goa is strong in and what UK has to offer. So, I must say that hospitality is actually a big sector in Goa, and it's also a big sector in the UK as well. And there are a lot of people from Goa who are actually working in the hospitality sector in the UK. Yes, and I come across very occasionally in top hotels and restaurants. You find a lot of Goans, doing good roles and big roles. I think for Goa and for people, the business community in Goa looking to set up in the UK, the sectors that are important apart from technology, of course, could be hospitality, as you rightly said, could be healthcare, because UK is very big in healthcare. If it could also be look at advanced engineering, right, which is product design and services, which UK has a big strength in some of these areas. The other big area within technology which is emerging now is artificial intelligence. Prime Minister Rishi Sunak hosted the AI Safety Summit last year in November, which was attended by 28 countries. So UK is now the capital of artificial intelligence across Europe, right? And as you're aware that at the moment there is a lot of discussion going on around the implications of artificial intelligence. We don't what the ethical standard should be in terms of awareness, what we should be doing, what we should not be doing, and accordingly what sort of a regulatory environment and structure should be put in place. So I think to answer your question directly, I think UK has a lot to offer to a diverse section of business community from Goa. So
Thanks, Vikram. I think the message will go very positively in the mind of Goan investors. The last question that I wanted to ask you is about the education. So Goa can be fantastic place. See, foreign education bill has already come, and current government has cleared all the hurdles now. So gate is wide open. Anybody can come, establish the shop, establish the campus, collaborate with any existing institution. I personally feel given the image of Goa in the world map, do you think some of the UK universities would be interested to come here and set up their campus?
Girish, why not? So if you look at what's happening right now, UK is home to the top four best universities in the world, right? Without Oxford, Cambridge, UCL, and yeah, Imperial, you know them all, and a lot of India and Indians have actually studied in the UK, right? So, yeah, and of course, I think what is between India and UK, what sort of brings us very closely together is our shared culture, values, and history. Now, to answer your question, so UK universities are very strongly prevalent in India. British Council is basically the education arm of the UK government in India, and they actively promote basically joint ventures and tie-ups across the country. So at the moment, there are quite a few engagements already going on where British universities are getting into agreements and joint ventures with Indian universities to promote certain kind of courses and curriculums. So there is, if there is, one of the things that we can do, if there is a university or private institutions in Goa who are keen to engage with or collaborate with UK universities, we'll be happy to connect. So depending on sectors, it could be, if you look at the sectors that currently are very sort of on top of everyone's mind, of course, one of course is battery technologies, advanced materials, a lot of collaborations around R&D and research and development, and a lot of creative activities. So if there is it's augmented reality or virtual reality, so some of these are, and of course so these are the linkages that we are responsible for. It is our job to bring the two parties together and see how they can work together. So we can, if there are universities in Goa, like I said, and they're keen to engage with certain kind of universities, we can tell you which universities in the UK offer which kind of curriculum. We can happy to sort of connect them.
So Vikram, it was really nice talking to you, and it's such an encouraging talk. And the messaging that you have given, I'm sure Prime TV will take it to its viewers and lot of very serious goals.